Hey, how's it going? GAL705 here, and this is the behind the scenes for the mini battle or attack at Toy Castle. Sorry this is a bit late. I have been really busy lately. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a rundown of some of the effects in this. Let me bring this down. This is gonna be there. So let's bring this down to half, just so it's easy to load. Yeah. Okay. Um, So what we're gonna do for this is just how I did the basic things. Most of this is just repetitive stuff, so I'm just gonna show you the first thing I did for the green screen. How I did the shadow and the green screen. So let's go into this comp. Let's turn off the mask. Let's just delete that. So this is I filmed every single shot out in my backyard with the green screen, which I bought at Joann Fabrics. For 15 bucks, I think. And then I took this, and let me just click that. Sorry, that's the recording thing. Probably looked weird. I just took this and put in key light. Ignore this. This is from Premiere because I imported it in from Adobe Premiere. I took key light and just messed around with it and made it look how it's supposed to. Yeah. And then without the curves, it's a little bright, so I just added some curves adjustments to make it fit in. Did the same thing with this. Okay, and then for the shadows, I did shadows for every single person that needed one. I copied the main person, I copied the person's layer, and then made it into a 3D object by clicking there. And I went to color correction, effects, color correction, and tint. It's down here. I'm not selecting anything right now, but I tinted it black, as you can see right here. And then I with the 3D, I went down and rotated it and made it where it would be. I looked at these shadows, and as you can see, the shadows are going off to the right a little bit, so I did that for both of them. And then to make it look like it was a shadow, I went to effects, blur and sharpen, and radial blur, which is over here. And then at the beginning, when you first have this is like right there, and that doesn't make it look like how it should if it was a shadow. So you just bring this down to the base. So when it's a shadow, it's more like crisp, or like more sharp. The shadow's more sharp at where the person is, and then it gets blurrier as you go out. That's what that does. And then I just brought the amount up because it starts at like 5. Yeah, so I brought the amount up. Let me just there. And that's what I did for every single one of these. That did not involve, like, as you can see, this is no action. That didn't involve like explosions or anything. Okay, so if any of you are wondering how I did me behind that, I think that is scene 3. Yes. I didn't have to make a shadow for myself here because it wouldn't show the shadow. But so here is me, or no, there's me. There's my green screen thing. I did the same thing to get the green screen. And the only reason it's 3D is because I was a little tilted sideways. But let's see. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I fixed a little, I guess. But to do this, so I was in front of it. Let's just turn that off. That's what I would look like. Let's turn the masks on. I just put a mask over that and duplicated the main layer, put a mask over it, and put it in front of me, so it looks like it sells the effect more. That's what I did for those. Now let's go into how I did some of the explosions. They're really easy. Or they were hard but easy at the same time, I guess you could say. So for this, scene 7, there's kind of a lot of layers. This was not the most complicated. The most complicated was when I shot the guy and then went and blew up the prison cell thing, but we'll get into that in a couple seconds. But yeah, so for this one, let's see, where does it start? So it starts right there, and I went to its video co-pilots, and I went torch turbulent and just put torches on for all the fire things, so it was cooler and more realistic. And then I also, like how I did with the other one, I duplicated the main thing and put a mask over the drawbridge, so the explosions were behind it when it blew up. see, if this wasn't there, this is what it would look like. And yeah, so there, much more realistic. And then just to sell the effect a little bit more, I also put black solid. If you haven't checked out my explosion tutorial, go and check that out. It shows you how to do more realistic explosions. But I put black solids on the back of it, on the back of each explosion, to make it look like it charred up the wall. And then when it hit the ground, I just put a dust element. Also from video. All these are from Video Copilot. Okay, now let's go to the next scene. I think it's this one. Oh no. Oh yeah, right here. So it was scene 18. As you can see, it looks, it's the most, with the most layers. So it starts out, it's just the most layers. It's not the most. It's kind of the most complicated. But anyway, for this fire, I just added it in to make it so it looked like it was kind of behind the rocked. It was kind of behind the rock. Where's the fire element? Or torch should really. Okay, I guess I don't have anything in front of it. But to do the behind these things, like behind the barrels, I just did another mask, and then made myself fall on the green screen. And then for the blood, I took a powder hit and tinted it map whites to red, like a reddish blood color. If that wasn't there, it would look like that, instead of the red. And then I also did a blood splatter, or a blood burst 11 in Video Copilot's Action Essentials too. That's pretty much the beginning shots, and then let's see, where is it? It shows me run up. I have the shadow again. I just add it's like exactly, all the shadows are exactly the same. And then I actually, when I was filming this, pushed the door open, and it doesn't show that because the flame is in the way of that. But it blows up. I have another dust element. I tinted that to make it look like the fire was next to it. You probably don't even notice it. It's so fast. And then I have debris flying out from one of Video Copilot's thing. And then to add on to all of it, I have a green screen thing of me running in front of the camera, which is actually just a green screen thing of me running in front of the green screen, which was like the simplest thing, and it looks pretty cool because it looks like I am in the scene in like numerous points. And as you can see, it's a little bit blurry and not that good because it was kind of dark out. You can see the green, but when it's fast, you cannot see that at all. So the next thing I think is going to be the last, probably. If there's anything else you're wondering that I haven't covered, just comment down below and I will do a tutorial, or I will do something about that. What the fudge? Oh yeah, sorry. That's an action. All these are action essentials, but let me find it. It's where there's bullet hits. Probably, yeah, right there. See the bullet hits, and then the thing I did to make it the bullet hits look more realistic, and that you can tell that they're fake. They're definitely fake. I went into the, let me see, what scene is this? All I did was went to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, and Camera Lens Blur, and it starts out at 5, and that was good for most of them, but I just adjusted it and made it look however blurry it was, because this is a really small aperture that I was filming on, so everything was really blown out. I think it's small. I think it was small. Forget sometimes. Yeah. And then for the muzzle flashes, I added them from Action Essentials. All the stuff is from Action Essentials. So yeah, that's pretty much how I did this video. And then for the last thing where it blows up and it falls off, I just hit it on both times. Let me go in here. I think it is this one. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. So if I take off all of them, if I just have this, it shows. Oh, I need to have this one too. Sorry. So I just have this. It shows my hand, and I come over and hit it. And then to hide that, I added. What is this? I added a mask, and I masked out my hand, even though you can kind of see it. You can see how I cut off the mask there, and you can see the reflection of my hand, but it's not as big, so it just hides it more. And then I added. I added them in the very beginning, but I really wish I could have had this because it's kind of funny. It's me like flying around, the mini me, but it doesn't show it because the explosion's so big. But I yeah. So I added the the missile come in, and that just disappears right there after it hits. And then I added this huge explosion, like huge explosion, so you couldn't even notice. There's no way you can notice that I masked that off. Just look at that. Yeah. So that is how I did this video. I filmed the background plates last week. And then it was raining all week. I don't know if it was raining where you live, but it was raining all week here, so I couldn't film the green screen stuff. And then I finally was able to, so I filmed it on Friday night, edited all night Saturday, mostly all night, and then got up on Saturday, all night Friday, all night Friday, all day Saturday, and uploaded on Saturday night. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the original video if you haven't already. Don't forget to comment down below if there's anything that I missed. I will make a follow-up video to that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.